just like, Anastasia, you came to slay. That's all I can continue to say. You hear me, Ramen? You know, I drop a little bars when I can. Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Chelsea, and we have another Foundation Friday for everybody. These are, I think, my absolute favorite videos to film. So today, we are going to be reviewing the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. Sorry, the box was so reflective. This is what the actual foundation looks like in the packaging. So we're going to do, of course, a full day wear test. We're going to do flash photography testing. We're going to see how it wears. And I'm thinking about setting it and not setting it. I'll get into that in a little bit. As always, thank you to everyone who has decided to click on this video and watch my video. I'm so appreciative of your support of my channel. If this is your first time here, I'd love for you to stick around, join the family, hit subscribe. We want to have you. And if you are a returning subscriber, as always, I'm so appreciative of all of your support, your constant views, your likes, your comments, and just supporting my channel. It really does mean a lot to me, and I'm so appreciative of it. So let's get right into the video. So of course, once again, we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. This is what one side of the package looks like, and then we have this other side that says foundation. Now, this is not my favorite at all. I think they could have just left it right here. To me, this looks very sleek. This looks a little more professional. It's a glass bottle, and there's a pump. But when I looked at this foundation side, it just looks a little like obvious, like, yes, we know. Okay, but yes, here is what it looks like. It's got a pump. Sorry, I've already used this. This is not a first impressions. I have worn this all day once, so I do have some thoughts already about the foundation. Alright, so let's get into some claims. This foundation comes in 50 shades, which is amazing, and I have the shade 410C. Now, let me say this. If you can go into the store to try this foundation to shade match yourself, definitely do so, because I have the shade 410C. That's what it is described as. 410C, C usually stands for cool. I am not cool. It stands for tan skin with golden undertone. Golden, cool, very interesting. So go into store and shade match yourself, because if you are solely going off of the description, you might totally bypass the C shades thinking I'm not cool, I have a warm undertone or I'm more neutral, so let me not even go there. And you probably are a C, or, you know, whatever. But anywho, this can be found at Ulta. That's where I picked mine up. And the claims are that this is a water-resistant liquid foundation that creates a luminous natural finish. It's going to deliver long wear, medium coverage that feels lightweight on the skin. It's going to not need to be set. Very interesting, because luminous and not setting don't tend to go together, but let's see. It's going to say, it says that this foundation blurs any imperfections, including discoloration and unevenness, without caking or masking the skin's natural radiance. And so it is claiming, we've got a whole side of a box full of claims. So it says this is vegan, gluten-free, alcohol-free, clinically tested, dermatology tested, ophthalmologist tested, non-comedogenic, suitable for sensitive skin, long-wearing, no flashback. Suitable for all skin types. That's a lot of claims, but what I will say, for all of these claims actually seem like obtainable claims, instead of saying this will last you 24 hours with not a crease symptoms in sight. It's like, no, that's not possible. So we'll definitely test those claims and see how this foundation works. It also says that this foundation comes in 3 undertones of cool, warm, and neutral. And then lastly, there are 5 shade categories, and they are fair, light, medium, tan, and deep. Okay, let's get into the application. So I'm going to start off with priming my face, and I'm looking around for my primer. Let's go with the No Poreblem primer. And then we're going to use a sponge on one side, a brush on the other. So let's start off with our sponge side. So I'm going to do 1 pump, and as you can see, the foundation is definitely a little thicker, not thick, just thicker, so you can see it's not necessarily running down my face. And let's blend it out using the sponge and this sponge stand. Alright, right, so we've got one pump blended out on the side of my face. I'm actually impressed that one pump was able to cover half of my face with especially a sponge, because we know that sponges tend to soak up more product. So I would say that one pump can potentially cover your whole face depending on the tool that you're using. As it states, this is going to be more of a medium coverage foundation. I think with the sponge we have a nice light coverage here. If I'm actually looking at my face head on, it almost doesn't even look like I have on foundation. This side just looks a little more perfected. Would you agree to that? As you can see, even though this is titled as a luminous foundation, it doesn't look excessively dewy, which is great for the guys and the gals who have more combination oily skin. This might be a foundation that could work for you. Wait till the end so we can hear final thoughts. But off the bat, this is not coming off as like super dewy to where if you're oily or combination oily, you would be like, no, I'm not even going to try that. Okay, one pump on this side, and we're gonna blend this out with my Morphe M439 brush. Okay, so this is what one pump looks like blended out with a brush. I do think that the brush gave us just a little bit more coverage than the sponge side did, but to me both sides look really beautiful, and the foundation blended into the skin very easily. It didn't take a lot to blend it in, and I felt like, or I feel like the foundation really meshes with your skin. I think both sides look beautiful. I love the color match. Like, I feel like there is no distinct difference between my face, my neck, and my chest. I did bring the foundation down on my neck a little bit, but if you look at my chest, I don't think that there's that harsh distinction between like foundation, face, neck, and chest. I'm loving the way that this foundation looks. If this were me just going out doing my makeup, I honestly would leave it just like this. Like, wouldn't even, you honestly could like not even put anything else on and walk out the door. And I am always here for foundations like that. But this is just, you know, what it looks like initially on our skin. It says that the foundation is self-setting, and I honestly feel like this is a self-setting foundation. This foundation has not been on my skin long, and I feel like I don't really need to set it with powder. It is slightly, I mean, just ever so slightly, not sticky, but just a little damp. I could tell that there's certain parts of my face, like this side obviously is still drying, but this side feels pretty set. So far the self-setting claim, I think they're spot on with that. I am gonna add a little bit more coverage, like maybe half a pump here, half a pump here, so that we can see if we can get a nice medium build to this. And yes, this actually builds up really good. As I always say, I typically try to build up foundation around my freckles because I think it's a little easier to see how the foundation builds because my freckles are pretty pigmented. Okay, so this is what our face looks like with 2 pumps of foundations on our face. Once again, I think this just looks so pretty on the skin. The luminosity is there, and what I'm so loving is that I don't have any type of glowy primer underneath. The no Poreblem primer, it's just more of like a soft primer. It's not glowy, but like I'm loving the radiance. You all know I love a good dew. So let's go and do flash photography and see if there's any flashback. It does have a claim of no flashback, so let's see if that claim holds up. Alright, and yes, we've got the second claim confirmed. There is no flashback. You don't see that ghostly white, kind of pale gray look to my face. So yeah. Alright, so I'm going to, what should I do? I kind of want to set one side with powder and then leave the other side without powder to see if we really should set the foundation. Let me see what that looks like, and I'll let you all know. Okay, so this is what my face looks like with concealer on, and this side of my face is powdered. This side right here is not powdered. I did set my under eye and my T-zone area, but this side right here is not set with powder. So let's see how this side looks without powder, because I do want to see if this foundation really is self-setting and if it will really wear as well without powder versus with powder. So let me go and finish off my face. I just wanted to show you all what everything looks like before I put other products on top. I'll come back, show you what that looks like, and then we'll go about my day. Hey guys, we are back. It has actually been now about 2 hours since I've had the foundation on because I've just been chilling, taking my time. No rush to put the rest of my makeup on. I'll list everything down below as to what I have on my face if you are interested. But we're doing a little check-in here. So far, things look really good 2 hours in. So I'm gonna zoom you in so that you can get a look at my skin and see what I'm talking about. Okay, we're nice and cozy. So upon looking at my face, I like the set side a little bit more than I like the unset side, and that's simply because I think this side with powder just looks a little bit more perfected than the side that does not have powder. But with that said, I think both sides look really good. I think their claim of this being a self-setting foundation is spot on because this side right here that doesn't have powder does not feel sticky, tacky, or anything like that. My pores and everything like that, they don't look accentuated. I just feel like this side just looks a little smoother, just a little more fine-tuned, simply because it has been set with powder. But I think both sides look really good at the 2 hour mark. In terms of my smile line, I don't think it's being accentuated by the foundation that has settled. I have, just the minimalist amount of foundation in that crease line here. But I don't think it looks terrible. It doesn't look accentuated, so I'm good with that. And my skin still looks really nice and healthy. I think I'm happy right now. I am happy with what this is looking like. Once again, we're only 2 hours in, but I'm happy with what we're looking like. So I am going to go about my day, and then I will check back in with you all at the end of the day. So stay tuned. Okay, we are back. It is the end of the day. It is around, what time is it? 6:30, so we've had this foundation on for 8 hours, so let's bring us all in so we can see what we're looking at. Okay, so we're nice and cozy, and y'all, I am loving this foundation. So, I need to scoot up. Okay, here we go. Try to make sure y'all can see me. So I'm looking at this. So remember, we did powder this side of my face, and I feel like at the end of the day, this side of my face looks just a little bit smoother than this side does, and that's what I had said early on as well. I think the powder does allow for us to have a little bit more polished and perfected finish, but for me to have not powdered this side of my face and for this to be a luminous foundation, yes, there is some dew. We are looking a little dewy here, but we do not look greasy, and we definitely do not look like we can't continue this foundation on. This foundation is so long wearing. Look at my smile line. Hard, can y'all see that? Like the pinches of foundation in my smile line. Let me stop talking so you can see it. This is this is like the same amount of foundation that was in my crease line earlier. There is no additional settling, and I am floored by that, especially because I had very minimal powder here because I didn't fully set this side. I had a little bit of powder on this side simply from just setting the area that I put concealer, but I had very little powder here. So, this foundation really held on. It's not sticky. Like I said, I've got a little bit of dew here, but nothing that is not manageable. So I'm gonna scoot you out and then wrap up this video. Okay, so remember all the claims that this foundation had, that it was self-setting? Check. Long wear? Check. There was no flashback? Check. What were the other claims? Here we go. Non-comedogenic. I've only worn this foundation twice, but it has not broke me out, so that's good. Doesn't mean that it won't break, that it can't break me out later on, but typically my skin is pretty sensitive to things that are gonna break me out. Usually I'll see, a bump arise that same day that I wear the foundation. So far, no breakouts. It's no alcohol in it, praise the Lord, because I just realized with the McGrath foundation that when foundations have alcohol in it, it dries my skin out and I don't like it. I am amazed, like y'all, I'm blown away. This could be a new holy grail. Like this could be in my top 5 foundations, and I'm not, blowing this up. If you've watched any of my Foundation Fridays, you know that I'm very honest about how I feel about a foundation, and I'll tell you what I think, but I am amazed. Let me get my powder brush so we can see how this touches up. Like I said, I don't have any powder on this. I'm just taking some of the shine away, but I feel like I could go another 4 hours easily with this foundation on because it looks so good. It didn't wear away. I laid down, not for long though, but I did lay down on both sides of my face just for a little bit because I was tired. But I don't see any wearing away of the foundation. I always am touching my chin, and so normally I'll have some wearing away of the foundation here, but I don't really see that too much. Maybe a little bit because I was eating. Girl, I had some pizza. Oh, so good. So I might have a little bit of wearing away of foundation, like maybe right around here, just from wiping my mouth, but no significant wearing of the foundation. Y'all, I am shook. Like, Anastasia, you came to slay. You came to slay, and your girl is happy. I'm very happy, and I'm more shocked because this was not on my radar. Like, when I saw it, I was like, okay, that's cute. I had my eye on it, but I really wasn't impressed about it. I was like, I'll wait till I see some reviews, and then, you know, I'll decide. And then I watched a video by one of my friends here on YouTube and Instagram, Seriously Morgan. I'll link her video down below. She sold me on it. When I saw it on her, I was like, oh, well, maybe I should get it. She didn't lie. This makes your skin look so perfected. I mean, I'm shook. I'm really shook. I can't stop looking at myself. And I've been looking at myself all day to see, you know, how it wore throughout the day, and I'm really impressed. So who is this foundation for? I genuinely think this foundation really is for all skin types. But I really think that it could be for all skin types. So I have normal skin. This was not drying on my face. Yes, at the end of the day, at the end of, you know, 8 hours, I did have some dew, but my dew wasn't like crazy to where I feel my combo gals and guys and my oily gals and guys would be totally put off. I think if you use your mattifying primer and you set it, you really could be good to go. Normal girls and gals, normal girls and guys, we're good. I keep saying gals and girls, and I'm trying to say guys and gals. Sorry. For our normal gals and guys, we're good. And then for dry skin, because you don't have to set this, I mean, you saw what my face looked like without being set. You don't have to set it. I think this would be perfect for you all because if you have dry skin, more than likely you don't like to use a lot of powder, and if you can get away with not using powder, you probably won't. And this is excellent for that. You don't have to set it. But yes, I am impressed. I definitely think this is a foundation that you should check out if you're interested. If you can go to the store, like I said in the beginning, definitely go into the store to try to shade match yourself, simply because our traditional C's for cool, N for neutrals, and W for warms don't really translate. I would say that would be the one con of the foundation, that it's not going to be easy to shade match yourself if you're physically not in the store. But outside of that, I really can't, I have no other cons. I mean, this is an A++. Well done, Anastasia, Norvina. Y'all did great with this one. So that's the end of my video. I hope that you enjoyed it, and I hope that you found it helpful. Let me know down in the comments below what you think of this foundation, especially if you've tried it. I'd love to know your thoughts. And that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I really hope to see you in my very next video. Bye, guys.